Well, we've just gone through the most expensive election perhaps in history, at least in the midterm, non-presidential year. And people were spending the money to defend their position, not necessarily principles that matter, but their position. And isn't it interesting, the strange bedfellows that come together? All of them to unify, to fight what? Positive correction that's so beneficial that everything and every person benefits by the positive adjustment and correction. It's course correction. And I say it's a miraculous answer to prayer. I mean, many of you have picked the leader that is tireless and fearless and faithful to what he's been called to do and willing to learn even as he goes. But what's he learning? Not what benefits him or even his party, because he's a non-political person. He's trying to find out what actually benefits everybody in this nation. And by the way, I've basically spent 2.5 years talking to someone I thought I would never want to talk to. But because he received me so openly, I mean, like as openly, willingly, and with as great appreciation and love as anyone I've ever talked to. And it's basically never stopped. And I've watched that if he hears something that's better than what he thought, he moves toward it. I see all of this as an answer to prayer. I believe people who know that only God can heal the land are asking the God, the only one who can heal the land, to do it. And to use whatever necessary instrument or person is absolutely imperative for the correction. Boy, he picked an unshakable guy. He is so fearless. Listen, he won't be intimidated by a media that can shut any of us down. Think about this. How would you like to have them after you all day, and all your family, and everybody around you being frightened to even go out in public? And yet he never wavers, nor any of his family or those around him. They're willing to stand up for what? For what benefits them or their family? No. They're standing up for what benefits us, what benefits every American, what makes things better. Listen, I've been around him enough to know. I've listened to him in his private discussions with attorneys, with staff, with family, and all I ever hear is, how can we help the poor? How can we help the working class? How can we help all the people that need help? How can we help the people that need our care? How can we find the best way that's not a bad way, but the way that works? And people are constantly, ceasingly attacking him. Always, incessantly, cruelly, harshly, character assassination. And he keeps answering their questions, or trying to. They have freedom of speech and press, but they abuse that freedom by using it as a place of slander and malice and attack and mischaracterize everything he tries to do. Now, there are a lot of people saying, well, why don't we get together in unity? Well, if unity means that we're going to compromise all the principles and the correction in our course that benefits the economy, the security, law enforcement, first responders, the military, every family, every community, every city, every state, and the whole nation, and touches the world and corrects the things that are out of order, don't leave the principles essential for that correction. Our founders understood that. The Bible teaches that. By the way, if it's a principle that's essential to freedom, it is biblically supported, espoused, and promoted, and it has been confirmed throughout all history. Its effectiveness irrefutable. Failure to have those planks and principles in place, the failure of that irrefutable throughout history. Thank God for corrective measures that are healing our land as a direct answer to prayer. Don't stop praying. Don't stop thanking God for answering those prayers.